What is going on, YouTube? This is Vice speaking, and welcome back to part 7 of the Dragon Quest III playthrough. Now, in the last episode, guys, we got it absolutely handed to us. We were thrown around, tossed around, beaten up, and even defeated. We faced our first L, a major L, but in this episode we have lots and lots and lots of updates. First of all, I need to talk about the stats. Guys, I did some research and it turns out that I was wrong when I initially went over the stats, specifically about resilience and wisdom, I believe. So I was just assuming that resilience was the same as, all the other Dragon Quest games, where it plays a part in your overall defense, how much damage you take from enemy attacks. In Dragon Quest III, that is not the case. Resilience actually affects your max amount of HP, which I had no idea about until I decided to do some research. So I do apologize for presenting information that wasn't 100% correct. The same thing goes for wisdom. Wisdom does not, in this game, dictate how powerful your spells are. It actually plays a part in your max MP. So, once again, a little correction there. Now, I did tons and tons and tons of grinding between episode 6 and episode 7. As you can see, the levels are just much higher. I don't know if they're much higher, but a lot of progress has been made. Of course, along with that, I got a ton of gold, so I have actually updated our equipment. So as you can see, we got some new weapons, some new equipment. I already said equipment, but and you may notice that you have not seen some of these items in any of the shops that we've seen before. There is a good reason for that. While I was grinding, I did a little bit more exploring. I went to a few new places, got a few new things. I'm not gonna, obviously spoil anything about what we're about to do in the future, in the near future. So it shouldn't be that big a deal. Anyways, I'm meeting you back in the cave that we were in the last episode. Now I'm at the bottom of this sort of entrance tunnel part thing, and I wanted to come down here to show you this alternate path that we can take. We just take this other staircase here, and there's a chest waiting for us. You can see what's inside. I waited so long to open this, and it's a mini medal, so I'll take that. That's nice. Come over here. We end up over here. Come through here. And it's just the other side of this split staircase room. So, not easy to miss, but you wouldn't think to, go back here and check. So, just wanted to throw that in there. Now, this room is actually really awesome. If you go around, and the room literally ends at the very top of the screen, you just can't see the part where it goes around to the other side. But if you just walk in a little circle, that middle part, if you step on that sort of icon in the middle of all those fancy looking tiles, it actually heals all of your HP and MP, so very, very, very useful. I actually love how they put that in this dungeon. With that said, we're just going to continue to where we were at the end of the last episode. And I actually forgot to mention initially, but we also do have a bunch of new spells to go over. Not many, but the hero has now learned Sizz and Ka-Clang. Ka-Clang is a very strange spell. I believe what it does, and I'm just guessing because I've never played this game. Cut me some slack. I believe what it does is it freezes all your party members in place, so they can't do anything, but they also cannot take damage in that state. I'm almost positive that's what that does. And we already know what Sizz does. Of course, my child doesn't learn any spells. Margaret has now learned Fizzle. Is that it? Snooze. I think Snooze might be new. You know what Snooze does because you've seen enemies use it. And of course, I just noticed Whoosh. Whoosh is an offensive spell that's very similar to Sizz. It is extremely similar. The only difference is it has a higher, lower and higher range of damage, so it can do much less than Sizz, but it can also do much more. So that's a good thing. On top of that, Betty has now learned Bang. Bang is an absolutely amazing spell. I love it in all the Dragon Quest games. What Bang does is it's like Sizz, but it can actually hit every single enemy on the screen. It doesn't have to be one specific group of enemies, so it can be very Very useful when you're dealing with, like, you know, they give you 4 different types of enemies. That can always be annoying, but Bang makes that a lot easier to deal with. She also learned Kabuff, which is the quote-unquote buffed version of Buff. What Kabuff does, that's a lot of buffs in one sentence. Kabuff raises the defense of your entire party, so I was actually alluding to it in a previous episode. It is one of the greatest spells in Dragon Quest history. It's as simple as that. On top of that, she also learned Zoom, which Vice already had, so that's good, and Decelerato, which actually decreases the agility of a group of enemies. You know, obviously it has its utilities, so you can find out which enemies would be best to use that on. Finally, she also learned Sizzle, which is just a more powerful version of Sizz, which I actually have never used yet. I learned it very recently, so with all of that said, I think that's it. Actually, I do want to go over one final equipment change. I put the poison needle on Betty because, of course, she was not, you know, she wasn't doing that much damage to begin with. But the thing about the poison needle is it's the weapon that has a chance to instantly kill any enemy, any enemy. So I put it on her just because I was, you know, curious, and it is actually amazing what it does against enemies with high defense that usually take like 25 turns to kill. I'm exaggerating, of course, but still, it can make quick work, such quick work of enemies. So really, really, really amazing item. I also put the Restless Heart on her. Because I just couldn't stand how low her HP was, and when I learned about that resilience thing, I was like, you know, Betty would probably benefit much, much more from that than Vice would. So it does change her personality, but that's not the biggest deal to me. Now, we can move on. Believe we already went this way, yeah, okay, we can go over this way. Oh, that's another. Mid-heal. Mid-heal is just a better version of heal. It heals more HP to a single ally. So you can imagine how handy that spell is. Go over this way. And this chest that we never opened because this is the room that we got handled in. Open it up and it contains an iron lance. That sucks because now my weapons are actually so good that we would not benefit from that. I wonder if it can actually go on any other people, because that would be good. And it can go on Margaret, so that's actually perfect. Margaret will be much more useful when she's not using a spell and just attacking. So we'll just put this Divine Dagger in the bag for now and move on. Staircase down here. We'll go down here first. There's this little room off to the side and there's a chest. And that chest contains a gold rosary. Now what does that do? Okay, it's a defensive accessory. I love that. Oh, that's beautiful. Now it sucks because now Betty has the Restless Heart. It would increase her defense. Who has the lowest other than Betty? It has to be Margaret, so I guess I'll put it on her for now. That's good. Nothing in here. Now I think I want to go west before I go down the staircase. We will heal up after that battle. Betty's just so weak. Now I think, yeah, that just loops around to this place. What's down here? Another chest and another staircase. A leather dress. Nah, I keep wanting to go to the bag. I forget that it goes straight to Vice's inventory. That would actually be not good on Betty because she has a silk robe now. It would be good for Margaret. So I guess it's going to Margaret. Cool. I don't want to go down there just yet. Okay, nice. A chest. And a Chimera Wing. That's awesome. I always want one of those. It looks like you can go down there, but you can't. That's weird. Come over this way. What's down here? Okay, another chest. Should be good. And now, I think I'll do this one first. Okay, this looks important. You know, all the enemies keep going after Betty, and I could have swore that the person at the what the heck am I trying to say? The last person in the lineup would have the lowest chance of getting hit, but that might not be the case in this game. But with that said, we acquired the Dreamstone, which is the main reason we're down here. So, there's something carved on the underside of the lid. Vice tries to make it out. Dear Mother, I hope you can forgive me, but if fairies and humans can't be together in this world, then we have no choice but to go together to the next. All my love, Annecy. Whoa! Okay, that's kind of dark. Does she mean what I think she means? Wow. And that's what I thought. It just takes us to that weird piece of land. So now, we've done everything we really want to do here, so we can now just evac and see if we can return the Dreamstone to these fairies. Hopefully we can squash this beef that's been going on, but move, horse, goodness. Now, please. Is that the Dreamstone you've got there? Well, they jumped into the underground lake together and drowned, but... and all because I wouldn't let them be together? Here, take this wakey dust and go back to Norvik. You can use it to lift the curse I put on the place. It's what Aniseed would have wanted. Oh, Annie, my little girl, what have I done? That is really tragic, man. You never expect Dragon Quest games to be as dark as they can be sometimes. I mean, we're talking about two people who went to the next world together. Now, how do you actually use this? Use when needed, so I'm just gonna try and use it. The wakey dust scatters on the wind and whirls throughout the village. One by one, the villagers awaken. Wow, that was awesome. I thought I'd have to go around to like each individual person and use it, and that would have taken a while. Oh, hello to you, and welcome to the village of Norvik. Now we can properly explore Norvik. This is awesome. Was I sleeping? But why was I sleeping outside? And why for so very long? For sure, the grasses haven't grown. Yeah, you guys were out for a hot minute. I am having slept most deeply. For how many years was it, I wonder? Haha, I joke. A man cannot sleep for years. How silly. Hey. I don't know if it was years, but man. But the village is gone to rack and ruin. I am only having slept briefly, and the weeds grow wild and the grass unruly. Yeah, time has definitely had to pass if the grass is growing. Here, do you know how you can use one of them tangle web thingies to slow down your enemies? Why am I telling you this? Cool, I ain't got the foggiest. Now you come to mention it, I must still be half asleep. Man, oh man, this village is quite the enigma. Oh, wizard staff, oh my gosh. And a cloak of evasion? Dang man, I wish I had more money. This item shop is popping, I wasn't even gonna check. If I get 1500, the wizard staff is an absolute must. Because I'm pretty sure, actually, let me just check. Does he say, well, he won't say it because I don't have enough money. You should be able to use, that was a weird voice crack. You should be able to use the wizard staff to cast Sizz without having to use any MP. I think that's the case. Oh, I can hear them. I can hear them. I can hear all the people of the village talking. I'm still not knowing who you are, but thank you. Thank you so very, very much. Hey, that's what I'm here for. Seed of agility, I love that. Let me just check the agility real quick. 25, 27, 37, 19. think we'll give it to Betty. She is just slacking, man. You need this, Betty. Increased by 2. Okay. Anything upstairs? I see bookshelves and a chest. Contains a boomerang. And I wonder if we can actually use that. Even if we can, I don't think... Yeah, our attack... Oh, Betty can use it. Oh man, that's really good. But I don't know if I want to take the poison needle off her. I'm gonna put it in the bag for now. Of course, we can't leave without checking these. The saddest story ever told. Awesome. No books. Also gonna put that in the bag for now. Now, if you recall, and I actually thought about this during the break that I took before 6 and 7, which you wouldn't have known that because I recorded them on different days and they're all in advance. But I did take a little break between episode 6 and 7, and I realized why that cave that we died in was so difficult. It's because we did these things out of order. If you recall, we went to the town of, what the heck was it? Romaria. And we had to retrieve something for the king, and you can tell by me saying something, I literally can't even remember what it was. I think it was the crown. But we completely disregarded that quest, and I think it was the second I walked into this village. I was just so thrown off by everything that I forgot, and I was like, well, we have a new quest. So we gotta get on that, because Romaria has been waiting a hot minute. So, can you move so I can check this? Beautiful. It's, okay, it's empty. So there I was, traveling the world. Then I stopped in to visit this place, and, well, it's all a blank after that. Last I remember, I was trying to find out more about those rumors of the magic key being down in a sham. A magic key, okay, I do like keys. What's that? Where is it? What's sham? Sham. East of Romaria. From here, that's due, sorry, where are we again? Yeah, these guys are out of it. I am going to take a quick trip to Romaria. And you might have been able to see the new places on my Zoom list. Yeah, you know what happened. I just want to refresh my own memory. Do I want to sleep in this inn, or is it gonna... Nah, that's okay. Put us at an even 1,000. I want to talk to the king. See if he'll, like, you know, give us that briefing that they do in video games. When you talk to the person who gave you the quest, they remind you of what you're supposed to do. I'm looking for the king to do that right now. Yeah, experience, okay. Yeah, sure, why not? Rip that organ for me. Save the game. Now, are you gonna... Yes. Okay, here we go. Robin Hood. Yes, I remember now. Robin Hood. He stole the regal crown. He had to return it. And that's literally all he says. I was hoping for more, but if I recall correctly, I heard something about a tower. And that Robin Hood was hanging out there, excuse me. I think we talked to one of his cronies, one of his guys, and they said he hangs out in a tower. And I believe that's to the west of here. Is it that purple dot? Oh boy, I don't know. No, but I'm going there. That's where I'm going. I'm gonna show the trip, cut out battles, you know the deal. Let's get a move on. Alright guys, we made it. I believe this is our destination. Let's go on in and check the place out. Yeah, this looks about right, so I'm gonna end the episode off here. You know, if you did enjoy, you can leave a like. If you did not, you can dislike and tell me what I can do to improve these episodes in the comments. With all that said, guys, I have been Vice. This has been Dragon Quest 2. I'm gonna let that outro do its thing, and I'll see you guys in the next episode, alright? I'm out of here.